And today we are playing The Sims 4. And today's episode is a little bit of a special one. Not too special, but it's special enough for me. Because, as you can probably read in the title, and as you can probably see in front of you right here, this is my real life house. This is the house I'm currently in right now, and the one I'm currently living in. So this is the front yard right here. Here we got two garbage bins. One is for the right one is for paper. The left one is for on between. Mostly over here are bikes. Over here I tried to replicate a little planter. This is supposed to replicate our bell. That's supposed to replicate the doorbell. This is supposed to be the shed. It's a very in the game it's very empty, but in real life it's kind of overfilled. Over here we have a light, and then this. Oh, let me go a little bit more down. This is the hallway. So we have a little cupboard here. Mostly have our jackets hanging there. We have a little shelf, a little mini shelf table, and always two wall lights, which are actually candles, and hanging light. Then we got the basement right here, but I couldn't really lower it just a tiny bit, so that's why it's not really that much of a basement, but for us it's a basement. Then here we have the toilet. Pretty small toilet. And you also actually have a lot more stuff laying right on the wall, like we have a whole row of things right here. But this positioning of the toilet paper is quite accurate. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, but our toilet paper is all the way in the damn corner. Then if you take a left, hey, you can see my mom apparently. Yes, I made as accurately as I could character of my parents. So this is the kitchen. On the table we actually have a pretty giant bench for the cat, but it ain't there in the game. To our left is a fridge, although our fridge doesn't have such fancy icing. I think it's one of the best fridges in the games. Then this the clock, but our clock is more of a swinging clock, but it didn't have a hanging swing clock. That is bathrobe is supposed to represent one of those aprons. It's a red and white striped apron, but yeah, this is supposed to replicate that. And actually, in like the refrigerator, actually, it has a mini freezer below, a microwave in between, and then on top of that is another mini fridge. But because you can't do that in the game, I kind of had to yeet the microwave over there. So just FYI, just so you know, in our actual house, the microwave isn't there. It's smudged between a mini freezer and a mini fridge. But yeah, here we have the microwave, which is actually like a set in the fridge. This is the can't really think of the word now. But yeah, this is your like kitchen top counter. This is like the kitchen counter. Coffee machine is pretty accurate, although there should also be an air fryer and a tea maker. Right here we have a fruit bowl, although our fruit bowl is more elephant shaped and more like in a tribal form. Then right here, these are pretty damn accurate. Like I really try my best making this as look a lot like mine. I mean, look a lot like the actual thing. We actually have a built-in electric furnace, but again, you can't do that in the game, so this is the closest thing I have to it. Now, this is my chair. Although the mic isn't really there right now. Like my mic is more positioned over like Hold on, let me see if I can get the position right. It's more kind of here. This is where my mic is right now, but you know, for the sake of things, I will show you now. Yeah, our TV cabinet is a lot smaller and a lot higher, and we actually have a standing TV. But this was like the biggest TV in the game, and we have a pretty gigantic TV. In here is the PlayStation, the Xbox, so everything I play with and record on. The PlayStation is something I record on. Then right here should be the PlayStation camera, and if any of you wanted a tour of my setup, well, here's your setup tour. It's legitimately just a TV, a cabinet, a very comfy chair, and a microphone in front of my face. That's my setup. But yeah, this is the living room. Pretty boring. Over here is mostly a table with my mom's laptop, and my mom mostly sits there. My dad mostly sits there in the middle or on some rare occasions, but now most of the days he sits right there. And I mostly sit next to him on the arm. Then here we have the back part. Now this is actually supposed to be an sort of organ that you can put like in your home. And then this is a sort of like bureau cabinet we have, but although this looks a lot more like the bureau cabinet, this was the closest thing I could get to the organ. And that's the closest thing I could get to that, and it's kind of weird to have that there. And this one actually mostly represents the sort of like little office thingy, because it has exactly those clamps, so that's why I chose it to put it there. And this is my play area, although it's a lot smaller actually than you can see here. It is kind of how it is. And then this is the backyard. Oh, here you can see my dad. Hello, Dad. Just so you know, this right here, what you're seeing right now, it ain't there. This is just something I want in a game because I love barbecuing, and we don't really have a barbecue. So, and yeah, another thing is they don't have trampolines in Sim, so yeah, the trampoline isn't really there. This llama bush is supposed to be supposed to be a 3 foot high. I think you say 3 foot in America, like a 3 foot high dinosaur statue, but they don't have 3 foot high dinosaur statue, so I had to choose this. But if you're wondering how I got it, I'll explain that in another video later. Yeah, we just were with the backyard, and then we're gonna go back to the hallway, and then we're gonna go up here. Now our stairs is actually more like those medieval twirly stairs, but I didn't know how to make those. Actually, I want to save my room for later. I'll give you a little sneak peek. This is the bathroom. Again, I kind of did a little bit of a fantasy here because it didn't want to work with like a bathtub here, a sink right there, and like a sort of cabinet right here. So I kind of had to improvise, and my dad actually said he wanted to take away the bathtub and the cabinet and like put down a toilet. So I kind of made this as a little architectural preview of how he could maybe like pull it off. So if he ever does take it away, this could be how it will look like. Toilet there, and a sink there, and all the other stuff in there, like the towels. Right now we're gonna go to the sort of walk-in closet. It's not exactly a walk-in closet, but it's close as I can get to it. So I have multiple closet with like clothes in it, and right here should actually be a drum set, but they don't have drum set in Sims 4. Actually, not in vanilla Sims 4, like with no expansion packs to it. So Yeah, this is my parents' room. They actually have like a very long shelf with a lot of collections, and their room is a lot smaller than this. I'm not shitting. Their room is much smaller, but again, couldn't really fit it to size. This TV really does look like the TV they have, though. Like it's so scary how much it looks like it. But yeah, this is my parents' bedroom. Then in here, this is my bedroom. My bedroom is almost this big. I kind of moved things around, and I actually have a shelf here, but couldn't put it down. And yeah, my room is a mess, and I actually sleep on a couch, like it's one of those bed couch thingies. But yeah, I have like a lot of posters and stuff like that, and drawings on my room, so that's what all these have to represent. It's mostly Star Wars, well, you know. And over here, I have my trusty tablet, which I am very addicted to. It's really bad. Right here's my guitar. I don't know how to play on it. Well, back in the day, I know how I used to play guitar, but I may have forgotten how to play guitar in real life. Plus, I'm missing a snare. I'm like missing the smallest snare on my guitar, so that's also a reason why I can't play guitar. Alright, here's my computer. Although that thing broke, it's still there in the game. Pardon. Right here I have a little knife set because I have a fascination for weapons. And then we're going to the last room, which is kind of like me and my dad's hobby room, and that's the attic. Oh hey, that's me. Yeah, this is the attic. It's kind of where my dad uses his CNC machine and like hobbies a lot. It doesn't really look like this, but I kind of just made it a fantasy version of our house. Well, not exactly a fantasy version. I tried my best to make it as representative of the actual house as I could, but it's really hard with what I have in the game. But right here, pretty cool. You can see my character. Hold on. This is me. Very accurate. Those are the wrong shoes. But whatever. But yeah, that's the tour of my house. So, quick little overview of it. I have never really moved houses, so like I've been living in this house ever since. Well, not ever since I was born. I wasn't born in a house, but I am raised in a house, and like I've been raised in here for like very long. Like it's insane. I've been living here now for 15 years. Just get it all in. 15 years. I've been living in this house, and it's to me it's one of the best houses ever. I really like it. I know there are a lot better houses out there, but this house just really speaks to me. And I know that one day I'm sadly gonna have to move out of it, and I'll only be able to see it when I like visit my parents when I'm older. So that's a lay bummer, but for the rest, I'll always enjoy every second in the house, unless it gets robbed. But yeah, I hope you all liked today's video. Give a like, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep hunting.